All right, Shalom, Kol Halayim, La Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakaha Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the bishops and elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. Shalom to you fellow laborers out there doing the work in truth and in sincerity, especially during these times. Shalom to the few Akwaf that believe as well. A hearty shalom to you other laborers and believers that are scattered abroad throughout the face of the earth. Excuse me. Even if you're among the heathen and even like the heathen who are speckled bird Israelites, to the household of faith, which is the elect, I'm going to say shalom. You see the title, U.S. measles cases surge to highest level in 30 years. And this is all prophesied in the Holy Scriptures, all right, that being the Bible, all right, the whole Bible, the 1611 King James Version Bible, which includes the Apocrypha. You know, all these things that you see going on concerning the famine, the race wars, the wars, the rumors of wars, MOTB, earthquakes in different places, you know, total breakdown of society, civil unrest is brewing still, or still on the rise. And also you have the pestilences, okay? The different pestilences that's out here ravaging and pillaging society, you know? And, you know, as a descendant of what you know as Native American or indigenous to Americas, you know, we didn't have all these different pestilences or diseases, out and about running, you know, through our communities. All right, until, you know, Esau came over here, so-called white man. All right, and it's a history that he gave, you know, disease blankets, you know, to our brothers in the North, Gad, which wiped out a lot of, you know, Gadite tribes. Okay, and also we know about the Tuskegee experiment, you know, where there was a malicious act that was done towards Judah, even the rest of the tribes that was among, you know, the military during that time, you know, and we know very well about these, you know, pestilences or diseases. All right, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we are too familiar with these fucking pestilences, you know, since, you know, this man have been ruling over us, you know. So this is nothing new. All right, as is written in Ecclesiastes, there is no new thing under the sun. Okay, so this is something that we ought to look forward to, because when you go into the book of, let's see here, get the book of Matthew real quick. Matthew 24 and verse 7, going right to the point. It's in red, so Yahweh Shai is speaking, right? He says this: for nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom, and there should be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in different places. So, you know, that's plural, all right? Famines, they're going to be famines all over the earth. Pestilences, all right? Pestilences, which is diseases, plural. Different diseases are out here. All right, and earthquakes, multiple earthquakes, excuse me, multiple earthquakes go on all throughout the day. Okay, just Google it, you know. Verse 8, it says, all these are the beginning of sorrows. So the beginning of sorrows are upon us, all right, as a people, you know. And this measles outbreak, where it says, I think it's a 30% increase, or it's, the highest levels in 30 years, all of a sudden, you know, I mean, you you don't take a rocket science to know how these things happen, man. And I'll just leave it at that. You can form your own conclusion, or, you know, or come to your own answer if you do a little research, man. Okay? So with that, I'm gonna say fair use, fair use. Let's play the news clip, and of course my video is not monetized. I don't get any money off these videos. So if you see my video, MS Now, there's no monetary gain coming from this video, only for literary commentary and biblical purposes. So with that being said, fair use, fair use.
In just a few days, 2025 will end with the most confirmed measles cases this country has recorded since we officially eliminated the disease in 2000.
Well, if you eliminated the disease in 2000, how the fuck is out here in 2025 about to be 2026 right here in a few days? See? What it says in Deuteronomy, that thy enemies shall be found liars, all right? Thy enemies shall be found liars. Also, what's that, Psalm 64? Or Psalm 62 says, matter of fact, because he just cut himself. He just fucking cut himself by saying that they got rid of the measles. But why they still around 25 years later? If you got rid of these damn measles diseases, or measles cases, when you narrow them down, you so-called eradicated them in 2000, it's about to be 2026. Okay, let's go to 64. Psalm 64 and verse 8, it says, so they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. See? And that's what just happened, man. All right, he came out the gate. Let me play that back. Again, fair use, fair use.
Days 2025 will end with the most confirmed measles cases this country has recorded since we officially eliminated the disease in 2000. This year,
so they officially eliminated the disease in 2000. Now we here, get ready to enter into 2026 according to Esau's calendar. So 26 years later, now we the measles revisiting again. Unfucking believable, man. Unfucking believable, man. Starting off with a fucking lie, okay? Psalms 58, the wicked are, let me read it. I'll go get another scripture, but let's read it. Psalms 58 and 3, the wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. And I'm only 10 seconds, maybe 12 seconds into the news clip, and he's spewing out lies. But yet they'll hit our videos for misinformation. Well, he just fucking flat out lied, man. Let's just keep going.
As recorded since we officially eliminated the disease in 2000. This year began with a measles outbreak raging in an under-vaccinated West Texas community, then spreading to New Mexico, Oklahoma, and Kansas. Now, 365 days and 50 confirmed outbreaks later, this virus is surging in the state of South Carolina, hitting another community where vaccination rates have fallen. None of this is an accident. For the past year, our public health system has been led by an anti-vaccine activist and zealot who has been working every day to bring back vaccine-preventable diseases like measles. There's really no other way to say it. And now Health Secretary Kennedy is reportedly considering more changes to the childhood vaccine schedule, including the removal of 7 of the 17 vaccines American kids currently get under that schedule. Dr. Peter Hotez is a vaccine expert and pediatrician. He's dean for the National School of Tropical Medicine at Baylor College of Medicine, author of the book Science Under Siege, How to Fight the 5 Most Powerful Forces That Threaten Our World, and he joins me now. Dr. Hotez, it's great to have you. Let me ask you first about the measles situation.
This dude's a fucking devil, man. Doctor, yeah. You know what doctor means? Doctor means to falsify. Matter of fact, bear me 1 second. Let me get that. There we go. Let's get the word doctor. Fucking piece of shits. I hate these people, man. You can take my video down. I don't give a shit, man. I fucking hate these people, man. All right, these people are the fucking devil, man. Okay? Doctor, origin and history of a doctor. All right, it says, let me read down into it. You read down into it, you gotta dig for this, you go around here, it says originally make to appear right. All right. When you dive deeper into it, okay, Cause you gotta dig, man. And we gonna dig. Excuse me. We gonna dig for it. It's the online etymology. You gotta. Okay. See here. Okay. You gotta dig for words these days because they hide shit. Okay? And it's just know this online shit can change. You know. Okay, here we go. All right. 1712. All right, going back to the 1800s, right? It says sense of alter, disguise for the purpose of deception, falsify. Okay? Let me highlight this. Okay? You see it. All right? Alter, disguise for the purpose of deception. Okay? When you disguise something, you're hiding something. All right? Falsify. You're not telling the truth. Okay? That's the word disguise, man. Disguise. Conceal the personal identity of by changes or guise of usual appearance. Right. And with intent to deceive. With intent to deceive. That's why the scriptures say this in the book of Job. Let's go to Job real quick. Okay. So what you're going to find out is that, so-called doctors, okay, they aren't who you think they are, man. Your ass, you go up in there for one thing, come out several different other things wrong with you. That's the average American, man. Look at your fucking siblings, parents, grandparents, maybe your great grandparents, maybe living multiple different medications. All these years go by, they ain't healed. Something ain't fucking right. Job 13 and verse 4. But ye are forgers of lies, ye are all physicians of no value. See? Because if they was physicians of value, they would know how to fucking go to the earth and get the medicines out of the earth, which the Lord created, man. And knowing how to put them together to heal the body. This is what you call the herbalist today. Herbalists are real physicians because they study, the medicines out of the earth to heal the body. What's that? I believe it's Sirach. Let me see. Going about 38. I think it's about chapter 38. Let me see here. Yeah, here we go. Sirach 38. In verse 4, the Lord had created medicines out of the earth, and he that is wise would not abhor them. Right. And it's come to it's come down to the point where the earth is so fucking defiled. The medicines, which are the different herbs and different things you got on the earth, the foods, right? That shit is getting weaker and weaker. Sometimes it's just too weak. You double, triple, quadruple it, fighting it for extensive, amount of time, because the shit is just that Esau's putting out here is just too strong. So it'll take you a long time to get over it, if you can get over it in due time. go back to the video, man.
Dr. Hotez, it's great to have you.
And you fucking women out there, you Israelite women, the so-called black woman, the so-called Latina, the so-called Native American woman, always run your ass up in these fucking so-called doctor offices. You know? Because you know, the serpent always beguiling your ass. What did the doctor say? That my doctor told me. That's why, you know, brothers, I'll say it this way, man. Hey, your women and your children may not make it, man. Hey, look, man, the Lord have comforted me with that. To know that, hey, man, my kids may not make it. Back in my mind, yeah, sucks, but hey, what you gonna do about it? It's His will. Okay, you gotta serve the Lord, man. You gotta believe that. Hey, you gotta believe that Yahweh Bashim Yahshua gonna get you through that and comfort you through all that. And then, the Lord said, what? Hey, like He told Job, He 100-fold, man. We're gonna have children upon children. We the hopefully elect, man. If we the elect members, if we're accounted for in that number, we're gonna have so many children, man. We gotta bring back the 2/3, man. So prepare your mind to lose your children on this side. I'm just putting out there for brothers to consider, But let's continue.
Ask you first about the measles situation. Where do you see things right now in terms of where the trajectory of this year's outbreak?
Yeah, I mean, it's been horrible, Chris. I mean, because we talked about the cases, but what we haven't really talked about is in my state of Texas, in West Texas, we had almost 100 hospitalizations of kids, which, by the way, Mr. Kennedy said was due to quarantine and isolation. That wasn't true. They were sick with measles, pneumonia, and other measles complications. We had 2 needless deaths among school-age kids who didn't have to die, other than the fact that the parents listened to the anti-vaccine nonsense and decided not to vaccinate them. So those were needless deaths. So that was a massive epidemic. Then it was followed back to back with a large one in Arizona and Utah, another one in South Carolina. So,
and you know what? It's lucky. Sirach 12:10 said, "What? Never trust thine enemy." Okay. So you women out there that don't go to these devils for, these different type of VAXs, kudos to you. They have your own apothecary. Okay, if you don't know what apothecary is, right? You can look it up real quick, right? I believe I'm spelling it right. Let's see. Apothecary, shopkeeper, especially pharmacist, one who stores, compounds, and sell medicaments. Yeah, man, medication. All right. That's in the scriptures even. Matter of fact, I think it's in the same chapter, but let me type it in real quick. All right, let me see here. Yep. So, it's the same chapter, Sirach 38. I'll start 4 again. The Lord had created medicines out of the earth, and he that is wise will not abhor them. Was not the water made sweet with wood? That's going back to our foreparents sojourning, that the virtue thereof might be known. Because, hey, the Lord, and even to this day, you have certain woods, certain trees and wood, which the wood come from a tree, just a tree cut up, that makes water sweet. And he had given men skill that he might be honored in his marvelous works. With such doth he heal men and take away their pains. Of such doth the apothecary make a confection. Okay? What's a confection? Let's look up the word confection. All right, bear with me 1 second. All right, confection. Con mean with. Okay, I know that. Says confection, anything prepared by mixing ingredients. Right. So a concoction, in other words, okay, a concoction of what? Medicine. And in an ancient world, this is what would go on. It says the making by means of ingredients, art of act of compounding different substances into one preparation, right? Something prepared or made with sugar or syrup, which you got certain type of, cough syrups and things like that we made on our own. All right, you go into the ancient world, man. The Lord gave us the knowledge of all these things, of how to heal ourselves, man. All right. Verse 9, my son, in thy sickness be not negligent, but pray unto the Lord, and he will make thee whole. See? And this is why when we sick, we need to pray to Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai, man. That's what we need to do. Pray to Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai, man. Because that's who heals us. That's who created the medicines out of the earth. See? All right. What the hell was this? What the hell is this? What's happening? Slocky. All right. Let's play a little more. Again, fair use, fair use.
So, usually the CDC was the group that established the criteria for saying whether or not a country had eliminated measles, and that is no sustained transmission for 12 months. So we haven't connected all the dots in connecting all these epidemics. But let's face it, measles is back, Chris. Measles is back in America. And by the way, measles is not the only one. Whooping cough, pertussis, is back. We've had a six-fold rise from 2023 to 2024. Looks like those numbers are going to be sustained throughout 2025. And Mr. Kennedy's off to the races. So what does he do during our measles?
The whooping cough. See what I'm saying?
Whooping cough, also known as pertussis, is a very contagious bacterial infection. It causes severe coughing fits, often with a whooping sound, and can start with cold-like symptoms. Vaccines can help prevent it. For medical advice or a diagnosis, consult a professional.
See? And I think that's what I had. Cause that shit, look, runny nose, I had that. Coughing fits followed by a high-pitched whooping sound. Yeah, man. Cold-like symptoms. You get the cold, you can get the mucus and shit. See. Look at that. Yeah, man. Look at this. So all this shit is back, man. Okay? Why? Because it didn't go nowhere. Let's get some few precepts. I'm not going to hold you too long. Okay? Just showing you that, hey, man, these things are happening because of prophecy being fulfilled, man. Excuse me. Let's see here. Was one I wanted to grab. Was it here? Let's see. That's one I wanted to grab in the Apocrypha. Yeah, okay, here we go. 2nd Esdras 15:49, it says, I will send plagues upon thee, widowhood, poverty, famine, sword, and pestilence, to waste thy houses with destruction and death. Right? And this is going to happen. Okay? We're in the beginning stages of it, man. Well, actually, you know what? It's already begun to happen. 2020. Okay? The pestilences, or the pestilence, the C to the V to the D to the dash to the 1 to the nana. That took a lot of people out, man. People still are being affected from by that. You know, cardiac arrest and all kind of shit, man. People are still dropping dead from that, man. So pestilence is out here making people drop dead, man. Shit is fatal out here, man. You know? Again, these are some of the signs that our Lord Yahweh Shai said, man. And if you claim to be a prophet, you should be telling the people or warning the people about these things, man. All right, Jeremiah 28:8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence. Same thing we're doing, man. Okay? We tell you that this pestilence is part of the, prophecy. All right, prophecy is what? Something that's told before it happens. All right, so it's told before an actual event that take place that the Lord causes to happen, man. Because prophecy is ultimately, the Lord's word being fulfilled through his servants, the prophets, foretelling the people, begin with the nation of Israel, the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American people. And also the nations, man. The Lord sent us to be prophets into the nations like he told Jeremiah. Of what? War, evil, and pestilence. Okay? That's why it says Ezekiel 2, it says what? Within this book was written what? Mourning, lamentation, and woes. Okay? And that's what's coming to the people. And a lot of you wicked Israelites out here are going to die in these plagues, man. Let me see. This is Ezekiel 7. I'm going to close after this, right? Ezekiel 7. I start at 5. Thus said the Lord power, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, and evil and only evil, behold, is come. An end is come, the end is come, it watcheth for thee. Behold, it is come. And we're in the end of what? Esau's rulership. Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follow it. All right, 2nd Ezra 6, all right, verse 6 and 7. On through like 8 or 9, man. Tells you about that. So we're at the end of Esau's age. In the aeon sense, the Greek word aeon. Okay? And we get ready to enter into the everlasting aeon, all right, which is a rulership or empire of the kingdom of heaven. We're going to be by default the kingdom of Israel. Okay, the everlasting kingdom, which that's the throne of David. Excuse me, hiccups all of a sudden. The throne of David being established. But before that happened, all this evil got to take place, man. The day of evil is upon our people, man, and the rest of you people out in the world, man. The Lord's about to bring great evil upon the people because why? All this wickedness and prideful behavior out here, man, and abominable works, man. And this is just one of many plagues that's going to happen, man. Verse 15, the sword is without, and the pestilence and the famine within. He that is in the field shall die with the sword, and he that is in the city, famine and pestilence shall devour him. And that's the bottom line, man. Otherwise, can starve to death, or disease can make you lose your life because it can be fatal. A lot of these diseases out here are fatal, man. You can lose your fucking life out here, man. And so you Israelites out there, you so-called Negro, Latino, Native American people, you take us lightly because you don't have a respect unto what we do. But this is truly a great work of reporting and warning you of things to come. That's all set up by Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, man. So if you don't take heed, man, that's on you, man. Anyways, with that, Lord willing, this video have been edifying to the flock. Okay. This is not a medical information. I'm not spreading medical information. I'm simply just going into history of how we would get medicines and how we would heal ourselves and according to the Bible. All right. But hey, it is what it is. You can take this down all you want. Give us a strike. Hey, the Lord's will going to be done. Okay. But that all praises and glory be unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem Rachaha Kodash. Again, double honors to the apostles and bishops and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to you laborers that's out there scattered abroad, all right, here in Babylon and throughout the earth. And also, shalom to the Fiat Waf, shalom to the holy elect and the remnant, man. Okay, shalom.